Hi guys, Togray here for a new World of Warcraft video. This video will be about why did I change to the Nightfall Covenant, and especially, is it good? Is it something that you should do? Is it something that you want to do as a Fury warrior? You could also do it as an Arms warrior, but I'm going to talk only about Fury in this video just because it is the spec that I'm playing currently, like all the time with my warrior. I also stopped playing arms in specific comps, in specific arenas or RBGs. And when people ask me to go arms, I generally say no, no problem. Good luck with your future games. But please, before anything, before we speak about the Ninth Covenant, please like, subscribe, and share it around with your friends. Comment below if you're going to switch to Nightfall or if you think that Nightfall is the wrong option. We can debate about it, but let's talk about it. If you don't like the video, please put a dislike, comment below. It helps me also to know what kind of content you would like, but also what I'm doing wrong with those videos. Now, let's go back to the video. So now, let's think about the subject. Why did I change to Nightfall? Now, it has multiple reasons. I was playing Bastion before I was playing Venthyr, and before that I was even playing Venthyr before Bastion in the beginning of my warrior career in Shadowlands, of course. Now, the problem I have with Bastion is Spear of Bastion is not a fun ability to use. Okay, it is fun to stop a mage from blinking or outplaying people that wants to use movement spells to like blinks, like the teleportation from the warlock, like shadow step. That doesn't work. But of course, I feel like it is not a fun ability to play, and it does no damage like on upfront. It is a good dot. It does some damage, but it is not a high damage ability. So you won't one shot someone. You won't see a 10k hit from the Spear of Bastion. Now I have a kind of another problem with the Venthyr Covenant that I had. It was not a fun ability to press. It was an execute. The ability is just execute. You don't change your playstyle except above 80% you can press on execute, which is named condemn, which is a shadow spell. It is strong, of course. Venthyr is one of the strongest covenants for warrior, as is Bastion, and as I think also Nightfall. Now, the reason why I changed from Venthyr to Nightfall is because I think, and for me, my playstyle, it is very boring to play. Venthyr revolves only around execute damage, and you will press condemn like 50% of the time, and the other 50% you will use other abilities, but those are just to build up to the condemn that you're going to press. Now, the Night Fae, I've tried it before on a beta. I didn't think it was that good, but now I play Night Fae again with my Fury spec, but also with my gear. It is super fun. It is incredibly fun to press, first of all, but also it is satisfying to stop a heal or stop anything that is the enemy is doing. You can knock him down, do 12k crit damage, and still be able to execute afterwards just to kill him or just to prepare the one shot that you're going to make. Now, how is the Nightfall Covenant? What does it do? So I'm going to show you my screen right now. So the Ancient Aftershock is a spell of Night Phase. You unleash a wave of anima dealing 6k nature damage to up to 5 enemies, knocking them down for 1.5 seconds. Now, I know 6k could be different for you, could be higher, could be lower, so it's around 220% AP, attack power. And you do also a dot damage around the ground that you are casting the spell, and it does 4k nature damage up to 5 enemies and generates you rage, but also has a chance to briefly knock down the target. Now again, 4k damage, what is it? It is 4 times 35% of AP, which is very good, but also it is reliable if people are CC'd into the Night Fae ability, but also if they are rooted or snared, it is very strong. Like often people want to heal themselves even in those areas, and they're forced to move just to heal, or they're trying to cast a spell and try their luck to not get knocked down. So how is the Night Fae Covenant for me? The Night Fae Covenant is used. I'll make also. I have also a footage for you to see how the damage is. Whenever I'm using it, I'm using it offensively, defensively. Even the Soul Shape ability of Night Fae is very strong for Fury Warriors, since often than not your 2v2 partner is maybe CC'd. What you're trying to do is win time, because you don't have that much defensives. You have enraged regeneration, you have like blade storm to not get stunned, you have the rallying cry, but it is definitely not enough to survive. That's why I'm also playing the Sinful Gladiators emblem. But then again, it is super strong how you're trying to escape with Soul Shape, but also how you set up kills with Ancient Aftershock. Often than not, people feel that safe against you that whenever you do an Ancient Aftershock and it crits for 12k, 30k, even for 14k, I have did, like it is impressive and super strong. That those guys don't expect that much damage from you because you're just a Fury Warrior. People are not scared of you, but they will be scared of you once they know that Ancient Aftershock is one of their hitting abilities, especially after Rampage. If you Rampage, you have Enrage. If you have Enrage, you can do an Ancient Aftershock, Recklessness, and then continue Rampaging on his face, Blade Storming with Unhinged. I'm still playing Unhinged. It does crazy damage, and it is assured. So, how is the damage in reality? You will see on the video with some examples of damage, but it is between around 5k on the low end to the high end 14, 15k with my eye level of 203 eye level. It is crazy damage for what it is, but also it is fun to press. It is not like a Spear of Bastion where you're pressing just to try to keep them with you, or trying to condemn because you have an execute ability. You want to hit it because it is strong and it is also shadow spell. But for Ancient Aftershock, it is instant. You can do it whenever you want, and it tries to set up kills. Or you prepare people to die, or you can even finish people with it. But you can also use Aftershock to try to survive around the battlefield. Try to gain time. If your healer CC, then you try to run away. Ancient Aftershock, they are knocked down. If they are slowed, they can be even knocked down again. Then you press Stormbolt, and then you're gone. You do Soul Shape, you try to run, you try to leap, you try to charge in again, and then you try to kill. But you have many usages from that Ancient Aftershock. Now, let's compare with the other covenants. You have Spear of Bastion, which can also be used defensively and offensively. It is the best of both worlds, kinda. You have the AoE capabilities from the Ancient Aftershock with the CC capabilities, but it doesn't have the damage from Ancient Aftershock. And you have the Condemn, so the Condemn damage, so you can be close to someone, so you can press some damage to the enemy, but you don't have the damage from Condemn or even the possibility to execute people above 80% and under 35% if you play with the talent. But the Ancient Aftershock for me is the funner talent covenant spell to use, but it is incredibly strong as Fury. If you play with Death Wish in BGs, you're going to top damage without any problems. You have so much damage in AoE that you are going to be disruptive, and people will be scared to play against you. They will try to run away, they will try to respect your Ancient Aftershock once they know that you are Night Fae. For me, those three covenants are kind of the same for everyone in arms, but for me Fury doesn't rely on only execute damage. The execute damage is quite nice. It is when the talent procs, it is very strong, but you cannot press execute all the time like an arms warrior. That's why I think Ancient Aftershock is much stronger as a fury warrior than as an arms warrior. But I'm going to give my honest opinion about Night Fae Covenant, but especially as Night Fae Fury Warrior. Is it fun? It is incredibly fun. And even in arenas, my partner was amazed how some people died without themselves reacting about it. He didn't even know what I did to kill people. I just said, yeah, it was the Ancient Aftershock. It did 14k. That guy couldn't react about it. It was half HP, and then you just execute a rampage, or if you already did some damage to him, it is fatal for everyone. Especially if you're playing with a priest that is playing mind games. They put mind games on the healer with Ancient Aftershock. They have only two options. Option number one, they dispel themselves, so they have a GCD loss, plus they need to cast, or they need to run away. But guess what? You have a Fury Warrior on your back. You cannot run away like 1, 2, 3. You have like the Howl, that's a piercing Howl that's giving you a 70% movement speed reduction, or you have just Hamstring that is not dispellable. I repeat, it is not dispellable, so you will be gimped from A to Z. So that's why I made this choice of Night Fae. What will I do from now on? Like, will I change it back to a Bastion, or change it back to a Venthyr, or even try Necrolord, since they want to buff it. They changed the ability, and hopefully it is good with the mastery buff. But for me now, at this very moment, my warrior is at his peak of enjoyment with Night Fae. The Night Fae Covenant made my warrior more enjoyable, and I was close to leave my warrior since he was Venthyr. I found it very dull to play, but now with Night Fae it was a like a second life. It was a second breath. It was it was eye-opening how strong it is. Now I know Venthyr looks cooler on the warrior just because it was like the vampire covenant and the vampire armor, but still I think the ability alone is very good. Hopefully, with the video, you can understand how strong it can be, but also how cool it can be to play with the Nightfall Covenant. Just because you can press a significant strong button and not only a filler or something that is not changing your playstyle. Truly, Venthyr is not changing your playstyle because it is around execute damage, and it was always around execute damage when you're trying to kill people. The Bastion, the Kyrian one, does change your playstyle, but it is more of a peely way, or at least an annoying way for some people. Because you're stuck, you're tethered for 4 or 5 seconds, and you cannot go out of it. But Ancient Aftershock alters your playstyle in a playstyle that is very fun to play, very reactive, but very impressive with the damage and with the numbers that you're going to get shown on the screen. It is, for me, a I can't explain how good it is. You need to really try it out and see for yourself, especially as a Fury Warrior. It makes my class very good in arenas. I swear, since I played the Night Fae Covenant as a warrior, as a Fury Warrior, my arena success has been doubled. Like, I was around a 51, 52% win rate. Now, with the games I did yesterday as a Night Fae Covenant, it just my win rate became from 52% to 70% on a regular game time. On game period, like yesterday, a whole day, how much is my percentage? It was 70%. It is very strong, and I recommend to everyone to try it out, but especially as a Fury Warrior. Are you an Arms Warrior? I would say those three are equal to each other. They are definitely not bad. Bastion is very strong and very reliable. Venthyr is not changing your playstyle. Condemn is a condemn. It does quite at least the same damage on rogues, on clothies, and does more damage on plates, but it doesn't change. Except for the fact that most of your rage goes into the condemns and not into the other spells. While a Fury Warrior, your playstyle will change completely with the Ancient Aftershock from Night Phase. Now, I'm going to remake this video in a few weeks where I will give you my honest and final opinion about that covenant. But one more thing, the Night Fae covenant is also not a nerf. It's a reliable. It won't get nerfed in the future because no one is playing it in PvP, or at least just a handful, like Bajheera or some other PvPers that are trying to play something else than Venthe or Kyrian. But I'm here to say to you that Fury Warriors, and just in PvP, Fury Warriors must go Ancient Aftershock if they want to be versatile and also try to win matchups that they never won before. You will kill a lot more healers with Ancient Aftershock than with Spear of Bastion or the Venthyr Covenant. So now, that was the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, and also comment below if you are okay with me, if you are thinking that I'm crazy, if you think that Night Fae is the way to go. Now please let me know. I know a lot of warriors are trying to change to Necrolord because it is going to change, it's going to be new. A lot of people want to try it. I think for Fury Warriors it will still be the better covenant, the Night Fae one, but Necrolord is definitely a contender for arms. And I hope that Blizzard will change a lot of covenants for a lot of classes so we have more diversity. Like the change from Venthyr Hunters that looks very promising, and I hope that it will be good, and I hope they will buff it even more. So now, if you dislike the video, please let me know. If you are not sharing the same opinion as me, that's alright. We are here to discuss, and I like to discuss it in the comments below. And also, let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. At the moment, I'm gearing my druid, my fellow druid, and I want to make videos about it. But for now, my three classes that I'm playing right now the most are my warlock, my war, and my druid. So please let me know if I can do anything for you. I will gladly help. So please be safe, take care of yourself or of your family, and also try to have fun in World of Warcraft. You have many things to try to have fun. You don't need to play the meta to have fun. You don't need to play the meta to have success. Trust me, Fury Warriors are back on the menu, and please, Ancient Aftershock, please think about it. How cool this ability is. Look at this. So cool. Well, you don't see the whole ability, but you know what I mean. So, please, like, subscribe, and peace. Have fun. Be safe. See you next. Bye.